Hi everybody, thank you for joining me. This is Living Divinity. I want to begin by saying thank you, thank you, thank you from the bottom of my heart. You are a part of my journey. Thank you, thank you, thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for doing your part. Okay, thank you all for joining me. Thank you all my subscribers. Really truly appreciate you by singing you a little tune. Anyways, thank you God that we have the opportunity to come together, and let's begin by reading out of the Bible. Okay. Let's see, we are at Isaiah 33, distress and help. Woe to you, O destroyer, you who have not been destroyed. Woe to you, O traitor, you who have not been betrayed. When you stop destroying, you will be destroyed. When you stop destroying, you will be destroyed. When you stop betraying, you will be betrayed. O Lord, be gracious to us. We long for you. Be our strength every morning, our salvation in time of distress. At the thunder of your voice, the peoples flee. When you rise up, the nations scatter. Your plunder, O nations, is harvested as by young locust. Like a swarm of locust, men pounce on it. The Lord is exalted, for he dwells on high. He will fill Zion with justice and righteousness. He will be the sure foundation for your times. It is covered with fat, the blood of lambs and goats, fat from the kidneys of rams. For the Lord has a sacrifice in Basra, and the great slaughter of Edom, and the wild oxen will fall with them, the bull calves and the great bulls. Their land will be drenched with blood, and the dust will be soaked with fat. For the Lord has a day of vengeance, a year of retribution, to uphold Zion's cause. Edom's streams will be turned into pitch, her dust into burning sulfur. Her land will become blazing pitch. It will not be quenched. Night and day, its smoke will rise forever. From generation to generation, it will lie desolate. No one will ever pass through it again. The desert owl and screech owl will possess it. The great owl and the raven will nest there. God will stretch out over Edom the measuring line of chaos and the plumb line of desolation. Her nobles will have nothing there to be called a kingdom. All her princes will vanish away. Thorns will overrun her citadels, nettles and brambles her strongholds. She will become a haunt for jackals, a home for owls. Desert creatures will meet with hyenas, and wild goats will bleat to each other. There the night creatures will also repose and find for themselves places of rest. The owl will nest there and lay eggs. She will hatch them and care for her young under the shadow of her wings. There also the falcons will gather, each with its mate. Look in the scroll of the Lord and read. None of these will be missing. Not one will lack her mate. For it is his mouth that has given the order, and his spirit will gather them together. He allots their portions. His hand distributes them by measure. They will possess it forever and dwell there from generation to generation. Well, that was quite a read. Please put in the comments how you what you gathered out of that reading, if you would. It's pretty late at night, so well, it's not late, it's like 9 something, but it took nearly all day for the last posting because of the length of it, I think. 2 hours and something. So I got to keep it down to about an hour and a half at the very most. So it'll take less time. Plus the night postings seem to post faster. So if I get up early in the morning, I can post another one. So thank you all again. I hope you like my song. And these words just come, they must just come from the heavens, right? Okay, let me take a sip of my coffee before we go. Yes, I'm sipping coffee tonight. After this, I'll have some water. And I can sleep on coffee. And I'll tell you, I think the last time, it's either this last posting or the one before, I talked about not having dreams. So I had this dream about a friend on Facebook. And, well, he's in Kauai. So I've never met him in person. He's ordered some jewelry from me and I sent it to him. Anyways, so the dream was about my first husband. Like trying to intrude on my friendship with my friend from Kauai. And it was the strangest dream because I never dream. And when I lived with him, I dreamt a lot. That's my first husband. I dreamt almost every night. It seemed like sometimes I had some nightmares. So it's so strange that I had a dream. Like, who is Martin in my life? I've never met him before except for on Facebook. I've never met him in person. So it's just interesting that I'm dreaming about him in the present, although he's at a distance. And I'm in the same dream with someone in my life 20 years ago. And more, because I was married to him 19 years. So from 1982 to 2002. It's actually shy of, by a couple months of 20 years. Anyways, it's so strange that I would dream about him interfering. So Martin is just my friend. But who is he? Is Spirit trying to tell me something in that dream? So I just thought I'd let you know. Anyway, so if someone has an idea what the dream meant, please make a comment. I'd be interested in knowing how you feel. So we're 8 minutes in, so let's get on with the reading. Miracles now. I release my need to be perfect, and I center into my commitment to serve the world more love. Okay, that's a beautiful card. So what does this card mean to me? It means that so many of us want to have the perfect everything, you know, the perfect life, the perfect body, the perfect face, the perfect hair, the perfect clothes, the perfect car, the perfect mate, the perfect family. When in fact, everything is imperfectly perfect. And when you can accept that things are the way they are, and you still can you know, show love, that's what we're here to do. So I release my need to be perfect, and I center into my commitment to serve the world more love. So that's what we all need to do, right? How do we serve the world more love? Actually, if we're all just energies, we just energetically send it. We send love energetically. I send my love to all of you out there. I send my love to God Almighty. And there's no room in my life for chaos. There's no room in my life for misunderstandings. I'm a very easy person to approach. I'm a very easy person to talk to. Do I really want to keep people away from me? I really don't want that. Yet, they have to respect me as much as I respect them. They have to love me as much as I love them. It's all about the words and the actions that match. If it doesn't add up, then you need to step aside. I don't have time for any hate. There's enough hate in the whole world. Why? Why would I want to hate my neighbor? Why would I want to hate my best friend? Why would I want to hate any of my family members? Why would I want to hate, anybody in my life? So, to feel disappointment, maybe you're expecting someone to reach out to you, and maybe he or she has not yet. You just have to accept it and say when they're ready, they will. And if you choose to keep your door open, that's your prerogative. And the thing is true love can never really die, right? It can change to where you won't give it your all anymore because of disappointment, because of a communication problem. I mean, how long is someone expected to wait? I waited 8 years to talk to my daughter again, and it was worth the wait. So we all have our own timeline, and each person in your life that's been away from you, maybe you've reached out to them and you got their answering service. Maybe you reached out to them and it was as if a call couldn't even go through. We don't know what the other person is really going through. They could have a lot of chaos in their life. They could have a lot of disappointment in their life. So don't be disappointed when things don't go the way you want it, because we don't know what the other person's actually going through. It's a hard pill to swallow when you want what you want. I thank God for all the peace in my life, and I will fight for that peace. I will fight for those who can't fight for themselves. I will try to help out whenever I can. Sometimes people can't reciprocate. Like, I'm always talking about homeless people. Homeless people, they have a heart too. They have a spirit inside of them too. They want love just like the person at the grocery store wants you to greet them and smile and say, hello, how are you all doing today? When you go to the meat counter, hey, thank you for doing that for me. Have a good day. Today I walked down to get my candle. You see, I got a brand new candle. So it's about 3/4 of a mile down. It's this little gas station that sells them. So I was talking to the cashier, and his family's from Sicily. And he had to let me know that he was Catholic. I'm not sure what kind of information he was getting out of me, but he asked me where I was from, and I said I was born and raised here. He's like, I know your family. I said the Philippines. So they had some music playing from Sicily, but it sounded like, to me it sounded like music from India, or sounded like Iranian music, what I imagine, or Turkish music, but it was Sicily music. So he had a strong accent and all. So he told me he was a Sicily and he was a Catholic. So it's interesting to have a little chat. I like talking to people from different countries. You know, you get to know different people, right? You don't even have to know their name, just having a nice conversation is a way to serve the world with more love. It's not all, the world's so cold, right? People at the gas station, they just expect you to come in, do your business and leave. They don't expect for people to stand around and talk. And I'm not the only one. I'm not the only one that does that. So a gas station that's right near the house, we have Georgie over there. He's 80 and still working. He works 5 to 10, Monday through Thursday. And I'm not sure all of his chores. I think he has his specific duties that are just his. And I guess he's been working there a long time, maybe more than 20 years. I don't really know. I never asked him, but the town's the town, and it has its ups and downs. Hey, how's that for a rhyme? Okay, so moving forward, I release my need to be perfect, and I center into my commitment to serve the world more love. So if you're a waitress and you're serving coffee, and your customer loves coffee, you're serving more love. So do everything you do with love. Okay. Next we have a native spirit. And we have Sacred Mountain. So let's read that one. Okay, here we go. Be still and take the time to move into the silent place within yourself. Locate your internal source of power. Meditate. Wait. Do not move forward until it feels right. Surrender to stillness. Do not take action. If you observe rather than react, you claim your power. Your native spirit wants you to know, from the vantage point of the sacred mountain, your power grows. In silence, you'll find your sacred witness. It is the dwelling place of your soul. In peace, seek and discover your truth. Move past the bustle and clatter of life into sweet quietude. If you're in pain, don't lash out. Go into it until you find the source so that it can be healed. Resist the temptation to indulge in feelings of stress, urgency, and emergency. Your power is born in silence. This peace gives birth to your serenity. Seek solitude to listen to the voice of your higher self and awaken your inner wisdom. The journey, travel to the peaks of hallowed mountains. And if you can't do this in person, travel in your meditation. Imagine yourself atop a high peak. You can see the world in all directions. Give thanks and offerings to the mountains. Whenever you encounter them, the spirit of the mountain will deeply appreciate your gift. Okay? Next we have, hold on. Come out of there right now. Oh, okay, stay there. Sorry, I had to check on my dog. Let's see. Okay, divine feather. Here's the fluffy feather, and it is the ostrich. The choice is clear for you now. Follow the wisdom and truth you feel in your heart. Okay, so before I start, I want to talk a little bit about against all odds. Against all odds. Again, my posting about 22% shared, and the 78% chose not to. Love is the greatest force in the universe. Against all odds. True love. You are against all odds. You really have to stand firm, and you can't backpedal. Sometimes I find myself backpedaling. You can't backpedal. You have to pedal forward, and you have to stay stern. You have to believe that it's for you. You have to have the self-love to carry you through. Your relationship with God has to be everything. You have to put God on the forefront. And the one that loves God as much as you do will show up. And you have to hold on to faith and hope and believe in the universe. Believe that you are worthy of a true love. And you really have to open up your senses. And you have to be aware of the people around you. You'll see who's truly for you and who's truly not. The words have to match the action. And if you catch situations that don't ring true, those are the people you know that are not for you. Whoever's for you is going to support you. Whoever's not for you, they're going to try to trick you, or they're going to just not be for you. So you have to ask God for discernment so that you can walk in faith and you can see people for who they truly are. Okay, so I don't know who needed to hear that, but let me move forward. Oh, God bless me. Excuse me. All right. Let's see. The ostrich. While he cannot fly, the ostrich is a creature of great strength and speed. This exotic bird, with his head held high, is seen as symbolizing higher knowledge and intuition. At the same time, he embodies grounding and a tangible connection to the earth. In mythology, the great Egyptian goddess Ma'at uses her feather of truth, the ostrich feather, to weigh the hearts of those passing at the end of life. If the heart is pure and good, the heart is sent with the soul to the upper world. If the heart is dark and impure, it is swallowed and dissolved. In this way, the feather at Ma'at represents justice served, based on right action and choice. While we seek higher knowledge, we should choose to use it in a practical and grounded way. The message Ostrich Messenger invites you to reflect on your personal journey now. Have you been on an endless search for knowledge, teaching, and wisdom? Maybe you have not yet begun. In either case, this divine messenger urges you to begin to move ideas and energy out of the mental realm and start to apply this information in a practical way. Using this knowledge is the way to move forward in life. Always remember to reflect on the truth of what you are walking in the world. Choose to lower your head occasionally like ostrich, not to bury it, but to look deeply inward. Honor what is true and just in your own heart. The energy is grounding, truth, and choice. The season is all year round. The element is earth. The color is black, gray, white, and brown. The affirmation, truth guides my journey forward. I am fully grounded in this way. Okay. Next we have messages from the mermaids. Oh, look, we have inner knowing. Inner knowing. What is she holding there? What she's holding? Is that her hair? Okay. Or seaweed or something. Kind of look like an animal. Okay, inner knowing. This is the moment to trust your inner knowing. The stage of doubting is over, and it's time to believe in yourself. This mermaid has the look of inner knowing, and she's swimming into your reading today to affirm that you have access to this inner knowing. It's about believing in yourself and trusting your intuition, which is a powerful tool in life. When you believe in this inner knowing, you'll see stagnant areas of your life begin to flow again as you trust your ability to know things. Are you always doubting your intuition? Perhaps you're in denial about something that deep down you know to be true. Allow yourself the freedom to trust this innate instinct, also known as your gut feeling. Acting on your inner knowing is the correct course of action. Sometimes it might not make sense on a rational level, yet deep inside at the core of your being, you know that you're correct. This isn't arrogance, it's having confidence in your ability to trust in yourself. When this card appears in a reading, it means that you already know what to do. Perhaps you feel fear or trepidation to act on this instinct. The more you learn to trust this aspect of yourself, the easier following your inner guidance will become. There could be someone around you who is trying to convince you to doubt your own instincts. If this is the case, always remember to tune in before following the advice of anyone else. What's right for one person may not be right for another. Different strokes for different folks. Okay. I'm going to take these down for a minute. Okay, next we have your soul purpose, and we have the physical trainer. The stone is orange calcite. The affirmations: I am motivated to be fit. I enjoy developing core strength and promoting healthy habits. I recognize that the body-mind connection improves my life. Physical trainer. This is education. Is physical exercise and moving for health a big focus in your life? Physical training is a key life path for the health and welfare of fellow human beings. Physical therapists, physical trainers, exercise instructors such as Pilates and yoga teachers instruct and guide clients in fitness training to maintain strength and overcome injury or dis-ease. When you pull the physical trainer and orange calcite card, take time to look at or step up your level of physical training. Orange calcite catalyzes your focus on self-motivation. It is a call to establish self-accountability and increase your physical exercises and activities. These are key to minimize injury and promote fitness. Orange calcite is a perfect match vibrationally for physical training, especially when you are establishing core strength for overall well-being. Focus on orange calcite to catapult you into new physical habits, fostering actions you need to take to actualize the vitality and vibrancy in your body-mind connection. This quality of orange calcite first came to my awareness when a close friend asked me for a stone to help her with hip pain. I recommended she keep orange calcite near her bed while she slept. In short order, she reported that she'd been relieved of the discomfort, and since then I've maintained that matching vibration for orange calcite. It can help your mind focus on easing aches and pains of joint discomfort and muscular tension. Keep some orange calcite nearby during the process of changing or improving your physical training schedule. This stone supports the positive effects of spinal cord alignments and is the perfect stone for people who work with physical training, both for self-care and for knowing how best to serve their clients. Okay. And the last one we have is the animal message. And we have the crocodile. And if you've ever had crocodile steak, it tastes like a combination of chicken and fish, in my opinion. It's thicker than fish, like it's more meaty. It's like the texture is more like a steak. But I had it one time. I lived in Virginia back then. My first husband, we had a roommate, Lynn. He was in the Navy with us, and he would take one day a week and make these gourmet meals, and that was one of his meals. And I mean, it tasted good. I think he did it like on the barbecue. But I never had it before. It's quite filling. I remember that. The alchemy of energy teaches that death will always yield new life. Silently slipping through her riverine world, guardian of the margins between land and water, of the mud from which life springs, Crocodile is keeper of all knowledge. Her wisdom speaks both of the enduring nature of life and its utter fragility, of gentleness and ferocity, of how death yields life, and the constant transformation of all energy. If Crocodile has swum to you, the time has come to examine the primordial mysteries of life and prepare yourself for rebirth and the wonders it will bring. Okay? So yeah, there's life and there's death. It's the circle of the wheel. Some people look at it linear, right? Okay. So now we are moving to the Tattoo Tarot. And they have been pre-shuffled. And I always put them in the box before. It's just like the ritual, right? Okay, at the bottom I see the star, but let me get some shuffles in here. Oh, we got to do the card over here. Hold on one second. the card out of the box. Okay. Wallow in self-pity. Not me. Not you when you choose you. Right? Like, you can choose to wallow in self-pity, but what good does that do? It doesn't do any good at all. Right? Do not wallow in self-pity. It's not worth it. It's not worth the aggravation. It's not worth the pity party. Right? It's like a vibe killer, right? Okay. Let me pull one more. I thought there might have been something written on the back. Okay. Here's one. Oh, so see, it goes negative. Receiving negative attention. Try and find out why this is for you. These go together. So someone needs to hear this. Who is that? Is it someone viewing this posting? I say, turn that frown upside down. I say, come on, it's not that bad. So the thing is, sometimes people grew up having negative attention. That's the only attention they ever got. So what did they do? They acted up in school, so the school had to call the parent. What else did they do? Maybe their siblings and one had to pick on another sibling to get yelled at by their mom and dad, right? Or when dad said, don't touch my tools, and then he goes into the house and then he comes out to the garage to see you touching his tools. So that's what happens. Someone's used to receiving negative attention. And then they have a reason to wallow in self-pity. What is that up to? What does that add up to? What do you call that? A Debbie Downer? Life's too short for that. You have to, this is how I grew up, okay? If I was acting like that, like my mom would say, there's people who have less than you, which is true. So you have to be grateful for what you have. And, when you're receiving, I guess any kind of attention is good if you're not receiving the good attention, right? And that's why we have guys and girls who think it's cool to go sleep with a bunch of people, right? It's some attention. And, we've all felt that way, like, I don't know, they say it's like a deficiency, and like with a girl or a woman, it's a deficiency in a relationship between her and her dad. That's why she goes and does that. And I guess for a boy, it's a deficiency in receiving, like real love, like caring, nurturing love from their mother. So what we have to realize is happiness is a choice. Happiness is what we create. Happiness is what we see in our future, right? Happiness is the individual's responsibility. It's not Tom, Dick, or Harry's responsibility to make Sue, Sally, or Jane happy, right? At the same time, if you're in a relationship, it would be natural for both to want to do something for each other, right? It'd be natural to, Joe's at the store. He's coming back to see Barbara. And what does he bring Barbara back? Oh, he just saw this little rose and he was thinking about her and he brought it back. Or it could be a dozen roses. For no occasion, just because Barbara's Barbara and Joe loves her. Right? Okay, so how are we going to do it this time? Okay. Do a couple more shuffles. Okay. Do my little splits. We have the High Priestess. It's at the bottom. Oh, that's the end of the reading. The High Priestess. She has the knowing. She knows to follow her gut. She's connected with the universe. She's probably a seer. She probably knows. Look, she has a book in her lap. You know. Kind of reminds me of my grandma. My grandma didn't have a big big chair like that. She sat on the edge of her bed and she had a little stool underneath where her feet could hit. And she was crippled, but you know, just so her feet could rest for like circulation purposes. You know how if you're hanging your feet over the bed and it's for a long time, then it's like not good for your circulation. So my grandpa like either found a stool or whatever that was just her height so her feet could rest as she's sitting at the edge of the bed. Her shoulders were always square. She always had a Bible on her lap. So this could be someone who studies spirituality, right? The High Priestess. She's very intelligent. She follows her inner knowing, her gut feelings, and she's already connected with the divine. She already knows everything's going to happen. She already knows that this is here for somebody. Okay. That's the marriage card. It's a celebration. It's two people coming together and they're both equally yoked. You know, maybe it was written in the stars, right? Maybe you're cut off the same cloth. Evenly yoked. Could be so much alike in so many ways, but so different in so many other ways. That's the attraction. You guys could be the perfect match. What does your inner knowing tell you? And is he or she communicating with you? Are they treating you right? Are they being fair? Are their actions matching their words? And if there's no action and there's no words, but you're connected energetically, does anybody know what that's like? Is anybody experiencing that right now? Okay. Let's keep it moving. Okay, so we give it a cut. Kind of feel like I need to do another one. The two wands. At the bottom, the world. So that indicates some sort of choice. Okay, so it could go a couple of ways. Okay, so this is the lady that knows everything. Okay, so maybe somebody got married. He thought they chose right, but it turned out they chose wrong. And they want a new cycle with the other choice, right? It could be that. What else could it be? The High Priestess, the Four of Wands, the Two of Wands, and the World card. Okay. So it could also be maybe not a person. So here's this High Priestess. She must know who her partner is. So, you know, this could be a man or a woman, okay? It's the energy of the card. So say, we'll just call him. He knows who he wants. He knows that he has to make some changes, right? If he's living a certain way, he knows that the way he's living is not going to bring this into fruition. So he wants to close out the cycles of, you know, if this is one way of living and that's another way of living, right? He has to close out the cycles of his old life to have a new beginning. Okay? Or could be her, she knows that whoever her partner is truly, really loves her. And same thing, he has to close out cycles of who he was in the other life and move on to the new cycle. My doggy wants a bath. He has this thing about chewing his paws. I don't know what that is. He wants a bath. See, living in Hawaii and then coming to California, the climate's way different. It's drier here than it is in Hawaii. Like I really should be applying lotion every day to my skin, but you know, then you take a shower and it just washes all down anyways. I want to live in a climate like Hawaii again, where it's more moist. Okay, let's see. I think I should cut it one more time. Hold on. Two of Cups. That's love. There's the Empress. So I'm just going to set that there. So the Two of Cups is love between two people. Oh, that's the Three of Cups. Hold on, I can't even see straight. The Three of Cups is a celebration. So when I look at that Three of Cups, I look at it as Trinity. Let's see what it says in the book. Happy gathering, social activity, group effort, victory, problems resolved, wounds and painful memories healed, pleasures of life, joyous family, support from siblings, cousins, peers, and it's a conclusion. But I look at that like Trinity, okay? It's like God overseeing the two cups, and God has this one cup to make sure that it stays balanced between the two. You know, like when you go to get married, you know, when it doesn't even really have to be marriage, but let's just say, you call the plumber, right? You call the plumber, hey Lenny, can you come over and give me a quote on this? You know, Lenny stops by. We need new commodes, and we need the sinks installed, and we need new hardware in the kitchen, and we have to hook up the dishwasher, and so forth and so on. Anything plumbing. And then he gives us a number, right? Because your words mean something, right? You know, and God sees everything. So if Lenny gives us a bad quote, we go ahead and give it to the owner, and the owner's like, yeah, go ahead, do the work. And then when the work's done, and Lenny says, well, you know, it's going to cost an extra $250. I forgot to tell you about this, that, and the other. Well, that's not really fair trading, right? He should have let us know before he did that extra work. Oh, by the way, this had to be done and that had to be done. And who ends up having egg on their face, you know? The owner's mad because, you know, he was promised a certain price, and then who's going to pony up the difference? You know, how are we going to rectify that? And if you look at God like the owner, right? He's going to be really upset that Lenny's word didn't ring true. So we have to be careful what we speak. We have to know what we're talking about. We have to be confident that, hey, this is the number, and if there's anything more, I'll let you know before I do any more work. Everything has to be cut and just clear. You can't move around like that'd be like traveling through a big fog, right? I know I can get to the other side. I just know, but there's like 2 miles of fog. Well, maybe you can't get through. You don't know because it's foggy, right? Does that make sense? Like, be who you need to be to keep your name good, to keep your word good. You're only as good as your word is. And I'll tell you one thing I can tell you for sure is that people who see how confident you are, people who see that you actually know what you're talking about, and people who aren't at your level, they either appreciate you or they hate you. And well, there's a lot of hate in this world, so I'm kind of getting off on left field, but you understand what I'm saying, right? If you looked at this card and said, you know, God's in charge of all the cups, right? But mainly he's like, I'm gonna be the little cup, not because I'm a little God. It's because I want to make sure that these two are sharing the same. Their cups are matching. But I'm really getting off the whole course because the Three of Cups is a celebration. So I'm just kind of look at it like Trinity for some reason. I think last week I was looking at every card that was 3. I looked at it like a third party, but for some reason I've had a different perspective about it this time. So going back. The High Priestess. I think it's really the girl High Priestess. And I think the girl High Priestess is really the Empress. She already knows that marriage is in her cards. She already knows that he chose wrong. And that he has to fix things by closing out the things that do not belong in a High Priestess or an Empress life. Right? He has to close all of that out before you can have a new beginning. And then there'll be a celebration. There'll be actually, God will bring these two together. So it's kind of how I'm reading it right now. Death. The bottom is the Tower. So he's going through a transformation. After death becomes life, right? After, well, unless it's actual death. And I don't really like even thinking that way, so I say a transformation. And not only that, all the parties involved that were part of his old world, he's burning it down to the ground. Okay. Burning it all down to the ground. You know, no high priestess and no empress is going to wish negativity on anyone. None of them are, the good ones, right? I guess if you're turned upside down, you could do anything. But a real empress or a real high priestess is only going to say prayers. They might say prayers like, "Dear Lord, I'm seeking justice, dear God. It's not up to me to say how harsh it is or how not harsh it is. It's not up to me to say when all this is going to take place." You just pray to God and say, "God, we need more equality here on earth. We need more fairness. We need to prove to people, that you are," well, we don't have to prove anything to anybody. But what I'm saying is, we pray, God, show us a miracle. All these negative things are happening to us, Lord. And we want to give it all to you. And we just want to live in peace and be able to speak your name and rejoice and, pray that you ask for forgiveness, that we ask for forgiveness for you, Lord, from you, Lord. And we ask that those that have gone against us, Lord, that they need to learn a lesson. Like I said, it's not up to us to ask God when. It's not up to us to tell God we want this to happen, we want that to happen. We just say we want justice, whatever justice God decides. It's kind of like my life right now. I say, I will happily, graciously accept anything that God wants me to have in my life, whatever it is. If God says, "No, I never want you to have another man in your life. I want you to live in total solitude. I want you to listen to me when I speak and you go when I tell you to go," if that's all God has for me, then I will accept it, because I know that this is just a life. I know my spirit goes somewhere afterwards, and that's really my top priority, you know. Of course, you know, I'd love to have someone to call my own, and that they could call me his own. Not they, but he. But, you know, of course, everybody wants to have love in their life, someone that they could actually depend on, someone who's actually there for them. And in return, I would be all the goodness that they would want, right? Just, we have to set the boundaries. We have to, you know, decide, is this really love that we're going to share, and how long are we planning on sharing it, and what are we going to do to protect it, and, you know, how are we going to make things work out? And it's all out of love, right? So whatever God says, oh, a whole bunch came out. Let's just take a quick look. We have justice. We have 6 of Swords. We have the 5 of Swords, which is competition, right? We have the 7 of Coins, which is it's building. It's profits. And then we have this Knave of Coins. So a knave doesn't match a knave doesn't match a high priestess or an empress. Okay, so this person might be really young. Okay, so the justice, we were just talking about justice. And the 6 of Swords is moving away from that 2 of Wands, the changes, right? The 5 of Swords is competition. So maybe this knave plans on really maturing, right? Because a knave doesn't match an empress or a high priestess. But maybe he has just a coin to offer, and maybe he's going to be in the learning stage. 7 of Coins again means a profit. You're growing your coins. You're doing right by your money, and your money's doing right by you. 5 of Swords could be, maybe he's realizing the competition around him, and he's getting away from all of that. And the justice is for him probably as well, because he's probably been used and abused in his current situation. And the justice would also be for someone saying a prayer, like I said, dear God, you know, all these things are happening. How come I just can't have peace? And justice came through with all this. So that was in the middle of the deck that just jumped out. So justice is there. Okay, so the other way you could look at it at this point is see. Maybe the high priestess, well, she's not upside down. There's not really any negative cards here. So I still think she already knows everything. It's like she wrote it in her book and it's coming to fruition. See that? She's been journaling. Dear God, this is what I want. This is everything that I want. I'm praying for. I'm trying to manifest. So she's manifesting that perfect love. She probably already knows where he's at, doing everything wrong, doing all the things that don't match the high priestess, right? And a new beginning. He's already chose, but he knows that he has to choose the opposite for the new beginning. Therefore, he has to put death to his old ways, and he has to burn down whatever foundation wasn't even worth holding on to. And then the celebration card, and then the Empress is back here. So justice is being served. And you know, the high priestess, she's very intelligent. Okay. It's an hour and 6 minutes. Okay. Let me pull a couple more cards. The 3 of coins. So we have 3, 3. At the bottom, we have the Hermit. So the Hermit is someone who, you know, goes to their quiet little place. Could be up on top of a mountain where he's at, where he can get inspired and he can get grounded and he can talk to the heavens and speak to God Almighty and just have a quiet little time with himself, trying to discover what's for him. What does he see when he has his little light? He sees the 3 of coins, which has to do with mastering, accomplishing a good reputation, expertise, and it's built on experience, high status, honors earned. Okay, it can be negatively, average or low quality, lack of funding. I guess if it's upside down. So maybe he wants to make the move. Maybe he wants to do that 6 of Swords. But if he's like lacking funds, right? But this says he's mastering himself. He's able to create things that can earn a good living, right? 3 of coins. So you have all those tools over there. And down below, they're the same tools, just turned upside down. Okay. The Star. And the Queen of Swords. Maybe they were friends. And maybe the Star says, oh, not holding on to this cup of water for you. All that backbiting you did, you snake. No, I say that because she has a snake on her arm. But she's not thrilled. They're not thrilled with each other. But you see, the Star is a major arcana. The Queen, she's just a queen when it comes to status-wise, right? So the Star is not going to compete with the Queen of Swords ever. She already knows that. She already knows that the Queen of Swords has to act a certain way to get attention. See? Yeah. Oh, that's funny. So if it's the Queen of Swords doing things for negative attention, that's because, for example, I think I said this already, but if she gets more attention talking about someone else that everybody seems to like or love, right? If she keeps talking about them negative or positive or whatever, then the attention's going to be on her because everyone's going to say, wow, I didn't know you knew that about her. What else do you know? What else do you know about her? What can you tell us? And just keep getting the attention. She'll just keep making up stories just to be the center of attention. When the conversation's not really about her, when she starts talking about herself, people just get bored and they just walk away. Oh boy. Okay. So, let's see. Hold on. Because I got some cards with some green marks. I don't want to like pull those out, right? Because, I mean, I don't know what they are, but I know they're marked, right? So I have to do it like not looking at it. Okay. The 3 of Wands. So we got 3, 3, 3. And at the 4 of Swords, that's putting something to rest, right? Okay, let me go get my thing so we can do 3, 3, 3 real quick. So today I baked a chicken, and I think I did it at like 375 for about an hour and a half. And I have a clay pot. My girlfriend bought for me like a housewarming gift, which was very kind. She's so sweet, so thoughtful, helpful. Okay, so let's do the 3, 3, 3, because I know we got 3, 3, 3 in there. Angel number. Okay, didn't give it to me right. Okay, 3, 3, 3. Okay, so it's a triple on its influence. Relates to encouragement, assistance, communication, freedom, adventure, exuberance, inspiration, creativity, social, easy going, the visionary, humor, energy, growth, expansion, the principles of increase, expression, openness, spontaneity, broad-minded thinking, optimism, kindness, speech, faith, hope, and charity, culture, wit, fun-loving, freedom-seeking, brave, adventurous, exuberant again, brilliant, non-confrontational, an open channel, free-form, rhythm, love of pleasure, joy, art, passion, surprise, intelligence, sensitivity, psychic ability, society, and being socially conscious, self-expression, affability, enthusiasm, youthfulness, enlivening, imagination, manifestation, and manifesting your desires. Okay, number 3, like I said, is the essence of the Trinity, mind, body, and spirit, and is the threefold nature of divinity. Number 3 symbolizes the principle of growth and signifies that there is a synthesis present, that imagination and an outpouring of energy is in action. Number 3 represents the principle of increased expansion, growth, and abundance on the physical, emotional, mental, financial, and spiritual levels. Number 3 also resonates with ascended masters, great spiritual teachers who once walked upon the earth, as well as various religious deities. Number 3, the Jesus connector. Okay. So I think that's the first time I actually read Joanne's 333, which is very interesting. Okay, so where are we? We're going to pull 6 more cards and then we're going to end it. Spirit, you've been so good to us. Tell us what message you want the collective to have. Can you hear my dog snoring? Okay. Yeah, I feel a little punchy tonight. Just happy to do the reading, right? Okay. How are we going to pull them? We're going to cut them, and then we're going to pull 6 off the top. And look at the bottom one. Just 1 on the bottom. Oops. Saw the 9 of coins. Okay, here we go. 7 of Wands. What does the 7 Wands talk about? Is the 7 of Wands like fighting? Okay, no, it's resolute firmness and bravery, overcoming challenges, even if outwardly against the odds. And I was just speaking about against the odds earlier. So thank you, Spirit. Winning through fighting from a positive position of advantage. Winning through fighting from a positive, or winning through fighting from a position of advantage. Well, you know, if you have God on your side, right? That's definitely an advantage. Okay. The Knight of Cups. So maybe that little guy, who is he? Maybe he's maturing. Let's see. Where'd he go? It's like the Knave of Coins or something. Disappeared into the stack. Okay. In any event, we have the Knight of Cups. Still not a match for the Empress. But he's got the 10 of Cups. That's what he knows that he's going to find. And look at the bottom, the Lover's card. So the Lovers, that's all the love right there. Got the Marriage card already. That's 3, or that was the bottom one. Let me see. Okay, I think it was the 7 of Wands first, then the Knight, then the 10 of Cups. So we still have 3 more to go. The 9 of Swords. I think that's mental security. So someone has come out of their head and followed their heart. Power of the mind, third eye, good faith, integrity. busy mind. Could be suspicious, fear, despair, shame. But it doesn't look like that, not with the Lover's card at the bottom. So that's 4. King of Wands. So is this person a king that matches both? The King of Wands and the King of Cups. So that's passion and love. And the Ten of Wands. The Ten of Wands is some sort of success, right? Being able to have a lot of stamina, the strength to get through. It's, well, that was the Nine of Wands. The Nine of Wands is stamina. The Ten of Wands is success and honors, but at a price. Fulfilling obligations while oppressed by their weight. Striving towards deadlines, climbing a precarious ladder, needing to reduce pressure. But it's success and honors, but at a price. And then the Eight of Coins. So it went from the Seven of Coins to the Eight of Coins. So maybe somebody feels like the Eight of Coins is apprenticeship, employment, commission, planning, skilled craftsmanship, calculated, ambitious, or it could be lack of it. Backroom work, community role, loans, advancement, interest, and repayment. So maybe he feels like, I say he because it seems like these two guys are probably the same because there's no competition cards. So maybe this king who carries, well, he's the King of Wands, but the Knight of Cups. So maybe okay, let me just take a look at these real quick. She's the one that knows everything. She could be at a distance and still knows what's going on with this person that is supposed to be her guy, right? She knows that's who her destiny is supposed to be with. You know, she probably told him, I think I said this in the last reading, you know, cut off the same cloth, written in the stars, you know. She would be God's gift to him, and he would be God's gift to her, not to the whole world. It's not supposed to be that way. So she knows that he chose one way, and she was expecting that, you know. She had to leave the situation because she knew that he had life to live. So, kind of like, what is that, sow your oats. So she's like, I'll be way over there, you know, I'll be over there. Go ahead and do what you got to do, but if you want a new beginning with me, you gotta let go of all of that. So he's like, okay, you know, I'm gonna put to death who I was because you're worth it to me. Like, I can't live without you. I know I have to change, and I'm changing now. Putting to rest all of that. Whatever I had in the past, I will burn it all to the ground. I don't care if I come to you. I mean, like, not like that. You know, I want you to know that I'm destroying the old life of what I had, and that it's worth it for me to go through the changes to have you in my life. Yes, I want to celebrate with you. Yes, I want to build a partnership with you. She keeps popping up. She's not important to me anymore. She knows that I don't want her, that she's the third party. Wow. Kind of got a pain in my... Kind of like a headache. I never get headaches. Let's see. Okay. So this is a firm resolution. She keeps getting in the way. I told her she was the third party. I told her absolutely not. I'm not going back to that. He's standing on his ground. He's taking a stance in his life to say, no, I don't want third parties in my life anymore. That's the resolution. I know I'm only a knight right now, but I see her as everything. Like everything I could ever dream of. That's right, she's the love of my life. I finally learned how to use my third eye. I'm finally learning to trust my inner knowing, my gut feeling. I have a lot of passion for her. I went through a lot. I went through a lot of changes. I grew a lot. I had to learn a lot of lessons. I just feel like I don't have enough coins right now. I have to wait till I have 10 coins for some reason. Okay, let me see. Let's see. He says, I know I'll be starting over, but I have a plan. I'm calculating how everything's going to play out. And I'm going to trust that God's going to guide me. I see her as my Empress. I've had time to really do soul searching. And it's time I put a smile on her face. And yes, I want everything that she wants. A new beginning. I'm leaving the other life behind. I'm transforming into the best version of me so I can match her energy. And I'm leaving behind to never return to that life again. because I have bigger fish to fry and I have a better life coming up. Right? 333. How can you deny 333? Okay, so we're at an hour 30 minutes. The time is 11:35. Or should we do the card thingy? Let's do the card thingy. 3 cards. Okay. The major arcana is whatever number it is. The face cards are whatever number it is. And the court cards are a 1. Six. One. 20. And the Queen of Coins. So maybe this Empress knows how to do well with the money. Maybe she's a money magnet. Okay, so that's a celebration card, victory card. That's a new beginning. And that's the Judgment. Okay, so if you want to add that to the reading itself. If it fits in your story, then it does. Okay, this is just a general reading. And whatever's not for you, just put to the side. So what do we have? We have 6, 1, 2, 0. Alright, this time I'm reading SOSYNCD. Okay. Well, it's going through a whole thing about it now. Alright, let me just do the Joanne thing. Okay, here we go. Okay, so it cut off the 0. Okay, angel number 612, they're adding it together for 9. Yet Joanne breaks it down. Okay, so attributes number 6 and 1, vibration of number 2. Number 6 relates to possession, status, and the monetary aspects, service to others, and selflessness. Home and family, love and nurturing, responsibility and reliability, honesty and integrity, problem solving, and solution finding. Number 1 resonates with creation and new beginnings, attainment and inspiration, self-leadership and assertiveness, initiative, instinct, and intuition. It also relates to creating our own realities with our thoughts, beliefs, and actions. Number 2 represents balance and harmony, gentleness and kindness, duality, faith, devotion, insight, cooperation, adaptability, and diplomacy. Number 2 also resonates with faith and trust and serving your divine life purpose and soul mission. Angel number 612 is a message to have faith and trust that your prayers and positive affirmations are manifesting your material needs in divine right time and order. The angels urge you to maintain a positive attitude and mindset in order to manifest your desired results, as your optimistic expectations and faith and trust in the divine will create positive results in all aspects of your life. Angel number 612 may suggest that the diligent efforts you have put towards living your life purpose have been acknowledged by the angels and spiritual realms, and in turn you have manifested well-earned rewards. Be open to receiving and accepting your good which may appear in the form of new opportunities, new projects, and or new ideas. Have faith and trust in the angels, and if feeling any doubts or fears, simply ask your angels for guidance and support. Your inner guide's voice makes you feel certain and sure. What you just know that you must follow your intuition. Okay? So I said that earlier that, we're all guilty of staying on course every single day of our lives, right? Every minute of the day. The thing is we have to remind ourselves, like I need to make a mental note myself that when I'm feeling a little bit negative, when I'm feeling like whatever, I'm not holding on to faith, I need to ask angels to come and be with me and speak to me and, touch my heart, touch my soul so I can stay on the highest vibe. The highest vibe is the way that your manifestations come true. To believe that you're deserving of it. To believe that God wants you to have it. So for me, that's why I say for me, I just say whatever God has for me, I will accept it graciously. I will praise His name. I will hold it as a testimony of His miracle in my life. And that might be several miracles, right? It might be God might have a lot planned for me or planned for you, whatever He has for you. So that's why it's easier for me to say whatever God gives me, I will accept it graciously and I will praise His name and I will thank Him and I will be so appreciative. And that way I don't really have any real expectations, right? Only that God loves me, and God's always going to love all of His children. Even the ones that are bad, He's going to love them. And it's just easier for me to say that. So, tell me how you feel. Can you guys make a note? Anyways, it's time to close out the reading. It's almost midnight now. And I am getting a little exhausted. Alright, so thank you for being here with me. Without you, there's no reason for me to be doing this and doing that. I do it all for you. God graces me with love and healing I give to you. Share the love. God bless you all. Have a great evening, a great day whenever you're viewing this posting. And God bless you. God bless you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And aloha. Okay. Please like, share, and subscribe. Sharing is such a big help. It's only a few buttons. And it'll get other people a chance to view my postings. And I really appreciate all of you. I think I could fall asleep right here. Okay, be safe. Ask for God's protection. as you go to sleep, as you wake up and you start your day, for you and your family and your loved ones. And thank God for every meal. Thank God that you have a roof over your head, that you have a car to drive, that you have a healthy family, and that your life is good, okay? When you start seeing the good in your life, you'll start seeing more good, more good, more good, more good, okay? And then God will rain more good upon you, all right? I love you all. Thank you again. Good night.